Alright, here we are. Space Marine turn 2. My game against Kyle, the Tau Commander. My Marines here, moved up, dumped out of the vehicle. Hopefully trying to kill off those few fire warriors left. These ones are moving over. Likely also going to shoot those fire warriors. See what happens. Over here, these guys moved up closer into the building. Onto the objective. People there didn't move. The assault veterans there moved up, getting ready to pounce. And combat continues over there. We'll see what happens in the shooting phase. Alright, just after Space Marine's second turn shooting phase, 2 units of Marines here and the Razorback all fired into that unit of Fire Warriors. Eventually took them down. Cover saves just weren't enough. Over here wasn't much that happened. The Marines there failed their shots against the Chazelle Commander. The Land Raider fired everything into the Devilfish. Ended up scoring one glancing hit after disruption pods and whatnot, so it's still kicking. That's pretty much it. Going into the assault phase. And the assault Marines here try and go into those Fire Warriors. See what happens. End of Space Marine, second turn combat phase here. The Assault Marines were able to make it in. One of them died as they charged in, and then the Fire Warriors ended up killing 2 of them, I think? 2 or 3. They did really well, the Fire Warriors. Held up in there. And then chose to even stick around. They're doing awesome. Over here, not much has happened. Suppose I should move these guys up in closer here. Anyway. No wounds dealt between the duel of Heastan and Farseer, the Eldrad. Wraithguard got 2 wounds on the Space Marines, but were made through saves and still no pain rolls. And took 3 wounds himself from Power Fists. That combat continues. Going into Tau turn 3. Let's see what Commander Kyle chooses to do here. Here we are, Tau turn 3. Commander Kyle wanted the Eldar Bikers to move up on top of the building there. Fire Warriors move up to get some shots at the Marines. Same thing with the Devilfish. Give him some shots over there. He's going to take the broadsides up against the Land Raider again. Had him maneuver around a little bit, but not much. These guys here all moved up, dumped out. Going to take some shots at the unit in the building. Free up the objective, perhaps. And then combat continues here. Let's see how the shooting phase goes. Here we are, end of Tau turn 3. All the shooting from here into that unit of Marines killed all but one of them. The broadsides here took their shots at the Land Raider and obviously destroyed it. It's not there anymore. These guys here moved up, dumped out, took their shots at the Marines in the building. Got all but 2 of them who took a morale check for losing more guys, and Brand. Combat here finished up with the Fire Warriors losing. And this one here, the Wraithguard are no more, yet Eldrad lives. So we'll see how that goes. He's tying up pretty good there. Space Marine turn 3 coming up. Alright, end the Space Marine movement phase here in turn 3. We had the vehicle here move back. Single Marine also moved back. These guys are moving closer to the objective over here. Trying to get a hold of that one. These guys here regrouped. Moved up into the building again. They moved up closer to the unit of broadsides. They're still locked in combat, and that's pretty much it. Next up is the quick shooting phase. And we'll probably go right into the combat as well. Show that all the same time. They'll probably move up into there, and we'll see how things go. Alright, final turn. Well, it's the end of turn for Space Marines on turn 3. We had Shrike charge into there. His fellow unit member died from a shot from Overwatch. The combat here finally finished up between Eldrad and the command unit. Storm shields are awesome. We'll leave it at that. Looks like we're going into Tau turn 4. Things are really starting to whittle down here. The Tau had a damn good turn. Let's see if they can continue their streak in turn 4. Here we are, start of Tau turn 4 against my game against Commander Kyle. He's decided to move his Fire Warriors up into the building. The jet bike's off to the side here. He's got the Devilfish and everybody's going to shoot at that and see what happens. Combat continues there. And he's decided to take everything over here and fire into the command unit who's out in the open. So we'll be back just after the shooting phase here and we'll see what happens. And to Space Marine turn 4 here. These guys moved over towards the objective. It's getting near that time. And took shots at the Fire Warriors. Ended up killing 2 of them up in there. These guys took shots into those Fire Warriors and did nothing. And then they charged into them. The Fire Warriors pretty much didn't get the hit back. They didn't get the hit but didn't do anything. Anyway, they've been destroyed over there. And that combat is a complete stalemate this turn. Let's see what Commander Kyle does on his 5th turn here. Turn 5, Commander Kyle has decided to move his bikers up here, sending the gun drones, who have become a fast attack unit and therefore a capturing unit in the scouring mission type, after that objective over there. These guys are going to turbo boost up over to them, get closer to that objective and hopefully contest it. Combat continues there. These guys here are moving up, and he's having everything shooting at those Marines, I believe. We'll see how shooting phase goes and be back in just a minute. Here we are, the end of Tau turn 5, my game against Kyle. Jet bikes got boosted right up in there, holding that objective. They were able to run and get close enough to hold that objective. We have the Fire Warriors holding this one here. Hard to see in the building. And then over here, we had him move and shoot into these guys. Ended up assaulting. He took no wounds himself and dealt no wounds. The gun drone, or the shield drone guy died, unfortunately. And they got up there close enough to contest that objective. So, Space Marine turn 5. Let's see what happens in possibly the final turn of our game here. Alright, here we are in Space Marine turn 5. The Marines here shot with their pistols and then charged into that unit. 1 of each died. Nothing happened over here. Tau still hold that objective, and they still hold this one. Over here we had Shrike fall to one of the broadsides, but he finally dealt him 1 wound anyway. Chazelle died to Heastan and his command unit there. And the Marines here rapid fired down the 2 gun drones. So, currently, Space Marines hold this objective worth 2. This one worth 4 is contested. This one worth 2 is being held by the Tau. And that one worth 1 is being held by the Tau. That one is uncontested. That one is uncontested. Nobody's holding either of those, so I guess it's 1 or 2 and the game ends here. Game is over. 2 for Space Marines. 1, 2, 3 for Tau. Good job, Commander Kyle.